but I want to start with an issue that's very much been in the forefront. We have had Senator Hoffman and Senator Abler on to discuss it. We've now had a couple of weeks where we haven't had an opportunity to visit about it. So let's pick it up now. And let's go to you, Senator Boldon, and talk about nursing home issues, staffing questions. We have a series of questions from a variety of viewers around our viewing area with issues, concerns about whether or not nursing homes can stay open and how we deal with those staffing problems. Obviously, it's not limited to nursing homes, but let's start with that. Tell our viewers what might be happening on that issue in this legislative session, and then we'll get to the rest of the panel.
Yeah, I appreciate the question and appreciate your viewers raising it. It's important. And I'll just, I shared my background as a registered nurse. And so, my very first job in high school was as a CNA in a long-term care facility. So that was long ago at this point, but that I recognize the challenge of that. That is hard work and it is important work. And making sure that our seniors are cared for is critically important. And there are absolute challenges with that right now. And so I also mentioned I serve on Health and Human Services Committee. And so we have had conversations about this certainly, and the need to make investments so that those facilities can stay open. And you mentioned staffing is another piece of that as well. And staffing of nursing homes is, there's workforce challenges in many sectors, but staffing of a nursing home is definitely different than staffing of a widget factory, right? Like we're talking about the care of our neighbors and friends and family. And so I experience firsthand staffing issues, in my work in the hospital as well. And so we are absolutely having those conversations and talking about, we're passing a budget. And so part of what we will see in the HHS budget, I'm certain is, making investments to be sure that we can continue that work, to be sure that our seniors can get the care that they need and deserve.
Senator Lucero, nursing home issues, staffing questions, et cetera.
Well, I don't sit on any of the Health and Human Services committees or related areas, but one of the things that I am aware of is there is the budget targets that were released by the majorities in the House and the Senate and agreed on with the governor are short of what is needed in order to help the long-term care facilities, assisted living facilities, to ensure that our seniors and the aging have the dignity and highest quality of life possible. And one of the things that I've heard through constituents and communications from across the state, as a matter of fact, is the fact that people that are helping our seniors in this area, whether it be in the assisted living or other in their home, is they're not paid enough. And it's very difficult to find those that are willing and able to help our seniors in these roles. And so the fact that the budget targets fall short of what is needed in order to properly fund the same levels to give, again, the dignity and quality of life for our seniors is incredibly disturbing.
Representative Heintzeman, your thoughts?
Yeah. Thank you, Barry, for that question. It's absolutely critical that we get this right. And to give viewers a ballpark idea where the House language currently is, for example, the Minnesota Zoo has been in the Environment Bill appropriated almost $30 million. And cumulatively, if you're looking at the funding over base that has been proposed on our side, and that by that I mean over on the House side, we're only seeing just shy of $4 million to get at this very critical issue of staffing. It's not enough. It's been an uphill battle for us on the GOP side of the aisle to try and convince our colleagues that this is something that absolutely has to be addressed. And if there ever was a time to do that, it's right now. We have, depending on how you work the math, there was recently legislation that takes a different look at our current dollars, but without the inflationary language that Democrats recently passed, we have nearly a $19 billion surplus. To only find just short of $3 million for this subject area is just mind blowing. I have no explanation. It can't be explained. So I'm hoping to see uh, something come that could potentially address this in conference committee. But at the moment, Barry, it doesn't look good.